Hey guys, it's been a while, and I feel really bad about it being a while. I've just been kind of busy, and the fact that I let it be a while definitely didn't help because, once you've got something and you're like, oh, I need to do something extra to make up for not doing that, then it gets harder and harder to do it because you have to set aside more and more time. And that's pretty much what happened with me. But I intend to stop doing that because otherwise it's going to be really difficult and I'm never going to start posting again. So I'm probably going to skip, I think, Monday. I think last Monday is the day I'm going to end up skipping because I don't really remember what we did on that day. Probably wasn't very interesting. Um, unless, I think Monday we made dinner. I think Monday was the day that my host siblings and I made dinner, and my older host sister, who doesn't live with us, but I still consider her my host sister, um, she came over with her husband or fiance or just boyfriend. I'm not really sure um, what their deal is, but they've got a baby. But anyway, her partner, um, she and her partner came over and they, ate dinner with us. And that was really fun. But I think that's all that happened on Monday. It might have been some other day. I'm pretty sure it was Monday though. But anyway, so that it wasn't a very big day. The big day was Tuesday because Tuesday was the first day of school. And you feel like you're ready. You kind of, you can understand the language. You can kind of speak the language. You can get by, and you think you're pretty much good, and you're definitely not fluent, but you're going to get better, and you think you'll be okay, and then you go to school, and reality hits you in the face. um, Sorry, I'm still sick, so I'm probably going to be coughing throughout all these videos. I'm going to split them up into several videos. But anyway, so Tuesday, first day of school. Luckily, with the first day of school, they started late and ended early, so I only had to go for 3 hours or something, you know. But anyway, I get to school, and the thing about school there or here rather, the thing about school in Europe is that it's kind of like, from what I understand, it's kind of like a mix between American schooling, where all the classes are different and you all split up and you go to your own different classes and all the teachers are in the same rooms, and from what I understand of Latin American schooling, where everybody has their one class and the class stays in the same room and the teachers move around. And in Europe, it's kind of a mix. So you have your course of study, right? And you do have to take certain core classes, as we would call them in America, French and science and math and things like that. But you can choose to be in math. Your course of study would be math, and then you'd have a lot more math classes, or your course of study could be science. You'd have a lot more science classes and a lot less language, or you could be language. And I chose art because I want to take an art class. And so um, and because art is not exactly one of the most popular things, you figure there are probably a bunch of people going into math, so they've probably got several different math classes, but not a bunch of people are going into art, so they put the art and biotechnology students in one class. But anyway, you've got your class, and on the first day of school, the teachers come out and they call you, and you got a list um, I'm in Sanctum F, and so they're all the fifth year students, and they've got their A, B, C, D, E, And so you knew what classes you're going to be in. But the thing is, you don't know what teacher it's going to be. Well, actually, no, they did give us a list of what teacher it was going to be. So you know your class and you know your teacher, but if you're like me and you don't know any teachers, that doesn't help. But the teachers also move around classrooms. So what they did on the first day was the teachers all came out, and we all stood in a big crowd, and the teachers called off students that were going to be in their class. Because my host mom got me the day's schedule beforehand off the website because she's sweet and she wanted to make sure I wasn't too lost. So she's like, I think you're in 5F. But anyway, so all the teachers come out and call their students. That's how you know you're in 5A, 5B, or 6A, whatever, whatever year you're in, whatever. And so the teachers come out and then they take you to the classroom. But that's just going to be your classroom for that class. Like, my French classroom is always going to be in the same classroom, and it's always going to be in the same teacher. But that teacher isn't always in that classroom. They switch around classrooms. So it's really confusing for an American or a United Statesian. But luckily, like I said, you've got your art students and your biotechnology students, and they're in the same class. So the class pretty much stays together. So you've got like one class, and the class, we moved around as a group to the people who knew, um, the people who knew, like, led you to the different places. And, or the teachers would come find you if you didn't know where it was. Then the teachers would be like, oh, you guys are saying PMF, we're this way. And they would lead you to the classrooms. But, so luckily you have people to follow, except you do split up because we've got a puny arts class. We've only got like 6 kids, and that's my art class. And that's all my art classes. I've got like 6 hours of art a week or something. I don't know. Probably not 6. Probably a lot less. I'm not sure. But, they're all, so we're all together, except then we split up for when I go to art, and then, like, my friend Coralie goes to biotechnology or whatever, so we do split up a little bit, but luckily we get to stay together. But it was really awkward because, they're calling out names, and I'm super nervous because I'm like, I think I'm in, 5F, and I think it's going to be okay. And then they never called 5F. Like, the teacher just didn't show up. So I spent the first class, the first day of school, standing outside in the courtyard in the cold. And I was so scared. My host brother, like, waited for me, which was really good. But, well, he waited for a while, but, obviously he had to go to at least some of his class. But the main thing was that the Mexican exchange student is in my class. So we were together. So I wasn't, like, terrified all on my own. And then there were other Belgian students out there. So it wasn't like it was just us, there were other people there. And then um, for the second class, we got, actually, what did I have second on Tuesday? Oh, no, yeah, for the second class, we got our thing. I think it was the third class, or it might have been, like, the first or second, or it was either the third class on Tuesday or the second class on Wednesday, where the teachers showed up late. And I mean, like, the majority of the class was spent out in the hallway late. But, yeah. But other than that, the first day went really well. I didn't understand anything. We had, I don't remember what was supposed to be in the morning that we missed, but then I had, like, French and physics, I think. And I didn't understand a single thing. Luckily, I got to copy off somebody's notes for physics. But then in French, she just, like, she handed out her, this is what we're going to do this year sheets, and then she read from a book. And, like, I didn't understand a thing. But other than that, Tuesday went really well. It was utterly terrifying, but I survived. And generally, it was a pretty good first day at school. I don't really remember what I did in the afternoon. Probably hid in my room, but okay. Time to stop the video, and now for Wednesday.